I feel like I'm the only one that still remembers 2010's Gulliver's Travels.
Unlucky.
Was this just a fever dream I had back in the day when Jack Black was a literal kaiju who destroyed an armada of battleships while playing Guitar Hero? For those who may not have seen this movie, the plot follows Lemuel Gulliver, played by Jack Black. He's a slacker mailroom clerk at a New York newspaper who dreams of becoming a travel writer. Assigned to write about the Bermuda Triangle, Gulliver ends up on the island of Lilliput, where he ends up being a giant kaiju-sized human among the tiny inhabitants. In Lilliput, Gulliver becomes a hero by helping the people fend off their rivals, and tells exaggerated stories about his life, like how he's the president of Awesome, and his vice president is Yoda. Much like School of Rock, which is arguably Jack Black's best movie, Gulliver's Travels has a liar-revealed storyline where Gulliver is forced to reveal his true self, leading to a journey of self-discovery. He learns the value of honesty and humility, and then battles a fucking Gundam. It's straight up just Pacific Rim for a few minutes, and I love it. After defeating the villain, he brings peace between the two nations, and then, as if it couldn't get any weirder, a full-on dance number happens to the song War by Edwin Starr, and it's unhinged. I love it. Jack Black truly is the most powerful kaiju in cinematic history. The film was trashed by critics when it was first released. It's currently sitting at 20% on Rotten Tomatoes with an audience score of 27%. The consensus from critics states the following. Though Jack Black is back doing what he does best, Gulliver's Travels largely fails to do any justice to its source material, relying instead on juvenile humor and special effects. But that being said, I've always loved this movie. I remember back when I was a kid, around 8 years old, and I saw the trailer for it on TV, and I begged my dad to take me to go see it. In spite of all the issues, I still remember laughing my ass off because of Jack Black and his antics. Watching it now as an adult, it's honestly such a bizarre movie. You see, the film is actually an adaptation of a Jonathan Swift novel, which is titled Travels into Several Remote Nations of the World in 4 parts by Lemuel Gulliver. First a surgeon and then a captain of several ships. Yes, that is the title of the book before it was shortened to just Gulliver's Travels. After seeing the Jack Black movie, I tried reading it as a kid, but ended up putting it down after only getting through a few pages, and there's a reason for that. I was expecting poop and fart jokes, but ended up getting something way deeper that little kid me just couldn't really comprehend. Gulliver's Travels functions as a critique of both government and society, contrasting individualism with communal importance and mocking unbridled scientific progress. Swift questions whether humans are inherently corrupt or corrupted by society, depicting Gulliver's increasing disdain for humanity. The novel also contrasts ancient wisdom with modern complexities, satirizing contemporary beliefs in progress. That being said, though, it's not like the movie has nothing to do with the source material. The premise is still the same, and there's a scene where Jack Black rescues the king of Lilliput from a fire by peeing on him. That's actually in the book, as weird as that sounds. But it was the queen in the book, not the king. And beyond that, the movie has nothing to do with the source material. Yeah, Jonathan Swift, the author of the novel, wasn't even credited on screen for the movie. So at that point, I just have to wonder, why was this even called Gulliver's Travels? It's not like a lesser-known satirical book from 1726 has a huge box office draw or anything. I mean, the movie barely broke even financially, but had a terrible opening weekend, making only $6 million. It's such a weird movie that takes so many creative liberties in so many areas, but for that reason, I can't help but appreciate it for what it is. This is very much a Jack Black movie over anything else. He's in virtually every scene and is hilarious, especially when you consider what he's given to work with here. I'm pretty sure this was written after the writer's strikes, or maybe the writer's strikes at the time affected this, because it's a bit messy. He's basically just playing himself here, and you can tell that the role was basically meant for him, even if he literally is just playing Dewey Finn from School of Rock. It's the same character. I can't fathom anyone else playing this role in this movie. And also, like, completely unrelated, kind of, there's a bit where a character calls Jack Black's character Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast!
I didn't really know where to put that. I just figured I should mention it because it's kind of funny.
Mr. Beast!
Emily Blunt, who plays Princess Mary, looks like she wants to be anywhere else but on the set of Gulliver's Travels, and for good reason. You see, Emily Blunt was originally casted in Iron Man 2, where she would have played Black Widow. However, she had to drop out of the role because she had already committed to being in Gulliver's Travels, which would have been a scheduling conflict. So Scarlett Johansson replaced her and made millions and millions of dollars while Emily Blunt was in Gulliver's Travels. In recent years, she's notoriously ripped this movie apart, and very clearly regrets being in the movie.
Everything you did too. I was just telling you the other day that in Gulliver's Travels I loved.
We do not talk about that film.
Jason Segel does a good job with what he's given here. Granted, his character is hardly a character and is more or less just like a piece of bread. I don't know. I feel like Jason Segel has kind of faded from the public eye. Like, I haven't heard of this dude in years, but I swear he was huge around the time this movie came out. I think it's because of his role in How I Met Your Mother. And if I'm being honest, he deserves a comeback. The Muppet movie absolutely slaps. Anyways, yeah, kind of a weird video. I don't know. I was watching Gulliver's Travels and I was like, this might be a fun video. Because it's such a weird anomaly from the 2010s and I feel like I'm the only one that still remembers this movie. I tried finding like high quality stills from this movie on like Google Images and I got like nothing. So yeah, it was hard to find like basic information on this at points. So yeah, I don't know. Ironically enough, I actually have a video about a different Jack Black movie in the works. It's on Nacho Libre, so keep an eye out for that. It has nothing to do with Godzilla or Kaiju stuff. It's just something that's been on my mind for a while, and I wanted to praise Nacho Libre because it's a fantastic movie. I'm Cole McCormick. You're watching Firewood Media. My only real plug here is that I recently made a short horror film titled DV. You can watch it right here on the channel. It's a found footage movie that was filmed on a mini DV camcorder. It's one of the wildest things I think I've ever made, and I'm so unbelievably proud of it. I made the costume for the monster, and I also did the special effects makeup, which is something that I've never done before. So go and check out DV, support independent filmmaking, or don't. I don't know. I'm not your dad. Either way, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
If we've learned anything today, it's that everyone should go and rewatch Gulliver's Travels because
Run.
she rules.
Don't walk, run.